What is the Epcot Food and Wine Festival without the wine? Today I'm here in Epcot to try all of the different wine here at the Food and Wine Festival. Every time I make a Food and Wine Festival video, I get a ton of comments like, hey, it's a Food and Wine Festival. Why isn't anyone ever drinking the wine? And honestly, I don't know, but today that all changes. Today, we're gonna be covering all of the wine here at the festival. And while I do love wine, I really don't know much about it. So I brought two of my wine-loving pals here, Dom and Allie. Are you ready to drink some wine today?
Ready.
Let's do it.
My tattoo's ready.
And Allie, you're already sipping on something. What are you sipping on?
This is my favorite drink I found this festival. It's a pineapple and orange hard whip seltzer, I think it's called. I think it's supposed to be off of Dole Whip. It is so good, and only $12 for this whole thing.
That's a good price. Allie is getting it started early. I think I might have to try a sip of that. It's not wine, but I love myself a seltzer. It does count. Let's try it out. Seltzers are my beverage of choice. I do enjoy wine. If I'm not ordering a seltzer, there's a chance I'm ordering wine. I don't know much about it, but I love it. Seltzers are my go-to. So let's try this one. Oh yeah. Not many times do I say a seltzer is better than a White Claw. I think White Claw is the superior seltzer. But man, is this good. Oh my God. What's the percentage of alcohol in this?
That's a great question.
We need to find this out. We'll get back to you. Okay, so we had to resort to Google to figure out the alcohol percentage in there because I knew it was too good to have a lot of alcohol content in there. And it's 4%, so it's a little bit lower than your typical seltzer, which is at like 5%. But I will say the taste is fantastic. It tastes like a Dole Whip meets an orange creamsicle. It's really, really good. You can find it over at the Refreshment Port by Canada, and I highly recommend it. I'm kind of sad that I'm only finding out about this seltzer when we have like a month to go of the festival or less, because I would have been getting this all along. Let's get started with the wine though. And before I came to Epcot today, I made a list of all of the wine that I wanted to try. I put like some of the more unique things on, some of the things that I haven't seen before, some things that are interesting. I didn't just put like the regular wine on here. We do have some regular wine, but more of the fun stuff. And our first stop is gonna be right here at Hawaii, where they have a pineapple wine. That sounds really good, huh? This is the Florida Orange Grove Sparkling Pineapple Wine. Let's try this out. Ooh, I do not like that. That is very sweet. There's a bug on my hand too. But yeah, that is way too sweet. I do not like, I'm not a fan.
It's not good?
Not good.
All right, Kristen, let's see if I agree with you here.
Think you're going to.
Nope. Yeah.
It has a I can't tell what the taste is, but the taste and the sweetness, it's
like a pineapples that's been sitting out for too long, and they put it in there.
Oh,
it's
maybe,
like
maybe.
No.
Oh yeah, Allie's had this before. She warned me it was gonna be sweet, and
I think it's a little too sweet for some wine. No one's arguing.
I've got it.
It's like a syrupy.
It's like you made pineapple jello, mushed it together, and then let it sit out.
that is so specific.
That's what it tastes like.
Jello?
No, but that's what I would imagine it would taste like. It's
What?
not good. That's the bottom line. Don't get this unless you like pineapple jello that's been mushed and sat out for a few
Sweet
hours.
if you like. I think it's even too sweet
It's
if you like sweet
sludge.
wine.
It tastes like
Because I like sweet wine. I feel like me, Dom, and Allie have similar tastes when it comes to a lot of food and a lot of drinks. So I feel like we're gonna agree on most of this stuff. And yeah, we're definitely agreeing on this wine here. I would not recommend that. It definitely wasn't my favorite. We have a lot more to try though, so I have a feeling we're gonna get some good ones along the way next. We went for quite a walk before we hit our next stop that I wanted to hit to get some wine, but we have finally got it. Visited the Alps for some of the frozen rosé. Another one that's pretty pricey for an even smaller glass. I want to say this was what, 10, 11 bucks for like a couple sips. So very tiny, but I do love me some rosé in a frozen form in this Florida heat. It should be good. Oh, that's good. That's very good. It tastes like a frozen rosé.
With the paper straw.
With a paper straw, yeah. It came right up with the paper straw. But it's good. I mean, it's a frozen rosé.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it. If you like rosé and you're hot in Florida, go to the Alps and get this. Just don't get one of the warm chocolate fondues or the warm cheese fondue to go with it, because it kind of defeats the purpose of cooling off if you get that. But I could get behind this frozen rosé. We are taking this rosé on the move to Spain, which is going to be our next stop, where I might be getting some more rosé. Before we get our next wine, if you guys are digging my Guardians of the Galaxy tea, make sure to hit the link in my bio for Shop LBV. They make this awesome Cosmic Rewind tea that you guys are probably gonna want to wear on your trip to Epcot. And I just couldn't resist. We stopped at Spain and I saw that rosé sangria on the menu and knew I had to get it. I actually tried this on opening day of the festival and it still stands true to this day. This is the best value beverage at the Food and Wine Festival. A glass of this is like $6.50, and this is like a full glass of wine. Like, this is a fantastic portion for the price. If you're looking for a good bang for your buck, go get this sangria. They also have it in white sangria and red sangria. Like, there's no doubt that it's like probably out of a box or something, but hey, for $6.50, I'll drink it any day. And it's good. It's rosé. Tastes like rosé sangria. So Allie also got the rosé sangria. Cheers, Allie.
Cheers.
A great beverage. You already had a sip. What'd you think?
I love it. It's really refreshing, and you can't beat a cute glass.
It is a very, very cute glass.
It pairs very well with all the food.
It does. I was gonna say, what pairs better with sangria than a charcuterie cup?
Exactly.
I love this charcuterie cup. It comes with olives, some meat, some sausages, prosciutto, a ton of cheese, and my favorite part is that it's like in a pesto-like dressing.
Yeah, it's so good. I just don't like olives.
I'll eat your olives.
I'm kind of losing out on this one, but everything is so good. It pairs perfectly. Definitely a booth to try.
Okay, so Allie got the charcuterie, but then I realized I haven't really eaten anything today yet, so I decided to get the paella from Spain. This is one of my go-tos here. I think another good value. It's around $6-7. A lot of sausage, a lot of shrimp on there, a lot of rice. It's pretty tasty. Like, I don't think they like actually cook it together like a traditional paella where you cook the shrimp and the sausage in with the rice. They kind of just pile it on top, but hey, it's tasty and a good value. One of my go-tos for sure. We're taking our sangria here on the road, and you'll see the Italy booth right behind me. So I feel like I'd mention, usually you'd think you'd stop in Italy for wine. However, there ain't nothing special about it. I kind of boycott the Italy booth as much as possible. They have like a Prosecco, a Chianti, and something else, kind of just basic wines. I wish they had a wine flight of them, because then I'd get it. However, I don't feel the need to get just a glass of wine in Italy, because it ain't nothing special in that Italy booth. It always disappoints. So we're gonna continue on and see where we stop next. We were walking on by Italy and I noticed this new booth here. It's like a little wine booth. Look, vino. And I was looking at the menu and it's the same menu from the Food and Wine Festival booth. They pretty much got all those same wines here. So yeah, just goes to prove my point. Italy ain't got nothing special. A stop in Greece had to be included. This is one of the only booths with a wine flight. So we got the wine flight here, and then I couldn't go to Greece without getting the griddled cheese, which is, I'd say, my top 3 foods at the Food and Wine Festival. You know, a little more wine, a little more cheese. That's kind of the way this day is going. In this wine flight here, we have a white wine, a rosé, and a dry red wine. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce these because I'm just gonna sound ridiculous. So yeah, we're going white, rosé, and red wine. While the portion of this wine flight is very, very tiny, it's only about $7, so good way to kind of try a couple of different wines. We're gonna start with the white. This is no more than a sip of wine, so let's go for it.
Oh, actually,
it's pretty good white wine. Like I said, I don't know how to describe wines very well. I'm no sommelier over here. Gotta go to Wine Bar George for that. But I do know I love myself a rosé. If you couldn't tell, I've already had 2 rosés. So what's a third? That one's very like sour and bitter. Usually a rosé is a little sweeter. Out of the rosés I've tried, this is probably my least favorite here. Now, for the dry red, the Greek dry red. That is so dry. Not a big fan of this one. I don't know, this wine flight is kind of disappointing. The only one I liked was the white wine, but I know the griddled cheese won't disappoint me. The griddled cheese has honey and crushed up pistachios on top. It's the perfect combo. Little cheesiness with the sweetness from the honey and the crunchiness and saltiness from the pistachios. It's such a well-balanced dish. I love it. I can't wait to have a bite. What'd you get, cookies out there?
3 cookies.
You had some cookies from Morocco. Okay, well I am eating this griddled cheese.
That's a great deal.
That is just so good. The fry on that cheese really just adds like a level of crispiness that you need. The honey, fantastic. It's, like I said, such a well-balanced dish. One of my favorites here at the Food and Wine Festival. I say you gotta get it if you come here. We are moving along here in the World Showcase, and I'm just reminiscing on that cheese. It was so good. I love getting it. Every time I pass the grease booth during Food and Wine, I gotta stop and get it. But yeah, we're heading to France next. I think they have maybe a little slushy drink. I can't remember, but I'll show you guys. As much as I don't want to, I'm gonna hop in the line in France for you. It's quite a line here. For some reason, the France booth always has like the longest line. I don't know why, because the food is usually just pretty average, especially for this festival. I don't really like any of the food that they have at the booth. But the drinks, I will say, the drinks are always very good. And none of the other booths today have a line at all. We're just walking right up to the register. But for some reason, we just waited like 10 minutes for France. So a popular day in France for sure. And when I tell you my man hooked it up in France, he hooked it up. He literally filled the entire champagne flute with champagne, drop of OJ, and then just a little squirt of the strawberry syrup, which is just how I like it. So I'm very happy. Well, cheers, Allie. Cheers. Our little champagnes here.
In France, they say chin chin, and then you have to make direct eye contact.
Allie just went to France, so she's like, strawberry rose mimosa. Oh, that's good. This is good.
How much is Moët?
Oh my God. This might be the best thing I drank all day. I mean, it's literally just champagne, a splash of orange juice, and a little bit of that strawberry syrup, but man, man, is that good. After that delicious mimosa, we continued along to Ireland. I got 2 things. I can't resist, if I'm stopping at the Ireland booth, I cannot resist the warm chocolate pudding cake. I'd say between this and the griddled cheese, they're my two favorite things at the Food and Wine Festival. We've only got about a month left of it, so I figured I had to get it. And then I also got Mead. This is like a honey wine. I've never had Mead before, so I figured this was the perfect time to try it with you guys. So let's see how it is. I definitely don't hate that. It tastes like honey. Like, I don't know, I expected it to be like, have a very strong taste, but I kind of like it. Allie, have you ever had Mead before?
I actually had it from this booth because my first full-time job at Disney was actually working festivals, and I worked this booth all the time, so I came to try it one day after giving it to all these guests. But if you say it's not that bad, I'll try it again.
Oh, you didn't like it back then?
It's not that bad.
Yeah. Dom, I'm curious to see what you think. Give that a sip there. Look at that mug.
It smells like apple juice.
It kind of does taste like apple juice, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would get that, but it's not bad.
It's not like the sparkling pineapple one.
That was horrible.
Sparkling pineapple was the worst. It's definitely on the sweeter side, but I think I expected way worse than it is. I think that's why I'm kind of liking it. It's definitely a sweeter wine. It tastes like honey and apple juice, I think. I don't know. Fun to try. I'm very happy I got to try it today. Now for this chocolate pudding cake. I already know exactly what to expect, and I already know I love it. Look at how moist that is in there. Oh my God, an acorn just fell. It almost hit me right in the head. But wow, if you're a chocolate person, this is an absolute must try if you're coming during the Food and Wine Festival. I love this cake. Oh, that cake was so good. I told myself I wasn't gonna finish it, but I couldn't resist. Now I've made my way over to the Swirled Showcase. You guys may remember, but like last month when they just opened these booths here for the Food and Wine Festival, this booth didn't open on the day that it was supposed to, and I was I was very upset about it. I wanted to try the stuff here. But today is the day. We are at the World Showcase and they have a sparkling red wine float. A red wine float with vanilla soft serve in it. I mean, that just sounds too interesting to pass up, so let's go get it. All right, I'm meeting back up with Dom and Allie. They stopped in Canada while I stopped at this World Showcase. Okay, look at this drink. I want you guys to now guess how much this was.
Is it wine or liquor?
It's wine and then vanilla ice cream. I want you to guess.
I'm gonna go $16.99.
10.
$13. I don't even know if there's a full sip of wine in this.
More ice cream.
I just paid $13 for a single dollop of vanilla. I am so
we were right in the middle though. She was 10.
Look, Allie has more wine in that glass for $7.50 than I do in this, and I paid $13.
No.
I'm outraged.
Oh boy.
Guys, I am just shocked and appalled. I could have gone to Canada, got that glass of wine for $7.50, and it would have been like 5 times the amount of wine that I got in this, and just got like a little single serving of vanilla ice cream for like another like $5 or whatever it costs over there, and just combined them myself for cheaper than this cost for a single sip.
How much was it? $13.50? I got a filet and a glass of wine for $15.
Allie got a filet and a glass of wine for $15. I don't even want to drink this. I'm so mad. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's good. But I would never pay more than I'm already done with the wine. And I took 2 little sips. Oh my gosh. This is
awful.
Delicious. I think I have ice cream on my nose too, do I? A little drop. But delicious, but I wouldn't spend more than $5 on this again. Allie, can you give me can you spare some of your wine for me, please? Oh, thank you.
That's how much you had the first time.
Yes. Also, look at how cool. Someone made me a friendship bracelet with my name on it. It says Write Down Maid Street. I can't like hold it while I'm holding the camera to properly show you guys. That is so cool. So if you're watching this video and you gave me this bracelet, thank you. That just made my day. As we're walking out, I'm having a very hard time admitting how good that was. The wine was very sweet and just paired perfectly with that vanilla bean soft serve. There were real vanilla beans in there. It was delicious. But as good as it was, I would never purchase that again for 13 bucks. I mean, that is outrageous. Easily, like, the biggest ripoff at the festival, in my opinion. It's just crazy. Well, just like that, we have officially completed the Epcot Food and Wine Festival Wine Tour. That's what we'll call it, the unofficial name. The Epcot Food and Wine Festival Wine Tour. I don't know, I had a good time. It was really fun getting to try some of like the wines and the different beverages that they have here for the Food and Wine Festival. I gotta say, when I come to Epcot, I tend to stick to like what I already know and the stuff that I really enjoy that's here year round. So I really enjoyed getting to try some of the drinks from the different booths. So thank you guys for kind of commenting and pushing me to do this video. Before I head out, I want to give a shout out to my Patreon members: Michael, Emily, Mulligan, Lindsay, Ashley, Misty, Paul, Lisa, Barbara, Kara, Angela, Dustin and Nancy, John Paul, Leah, Tracy, Logo, Armando, the Latham Thomas family, Adam and Jen, Wayne, Carol, Karis, Marie, Dante, Shelby, Daniela, Marcel, and Erica. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, what a fun day. Let me know in the comments what your favorite wine here at the Food and Wine Festival is. You know, it's the Food and Wine Festival, so you gotta drink some wine too. And thank you to Allie, she's pooped. And thank you to Dom for drinking some wine with me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.